Hello and welcome to Release 5 of the Cascade Strengths Reports. We're going to give you a quick overview of the new features to help you get the most out of Cascade. So what are the big changes? The most significant are the domain colours, where strategic thinking is changing from red to green. We've got something special in the team grid for you, and we've added some finishing touches to the PDF reports. There are also some slight changes to the language settings in preparation for adding the German language later on. So let's dive into the team grid where the colours are most abundant, and you can see the strategic thinking domain is now in green instead of red, and the other domain colours, they look a little bit fresher. So we've used that standard colour palette all the way across the different Cascade reports, and it gives a bit more continuity and consistency across them. And so let's just talk about some of the other things that we've added into here. On the right hand side we've got the domain totals, and this is where you have, say, the number of themes for each domain is just listed here. So you can see that this person here has got 3 themes in the relationship building domain, and obviously there's the number 3 in this table here. Cheryl was asking whether it's possible to have this included in the printout when printing the team grid, and so rather than fiddle around with the print area, which you can technically do, we've added a button here at the top where you can just simply turn this on or turn this off. So if we look at the standard report, we'll see that it finishes on the right hand side with the last domain here hard on the right hand edge. But what we can do is we can go back, we can click on the button here, we can say print domain totals to be on, and then when we have a look at the printouts for this, we will see that the domain totals are now included on the right hand side of the page. So you've got a choice whether you want to include them or whether you want to leave them out. And there's a very quick and easy way to be able to turn that on or off. Incidentally, if you touch the refresh page button and click on that, that will reset the page and that will just turn them off as well. So if you have them turned on, refreshing the page will also turn them off. Another little feature you can do is we've got some drop down arrows and filters for each of the domains. You can use them obviously when filtering for people by different company or other criteria on the left hand side. You can also use it for the themes and for the domains. So if you wanted to find the people who had the most number of themes in the strategic thinking domain, you can then click on the largest to smallest. That will then put the people who've got the most number of strategic thinking themes at the top, which then makes it very quick and very easy to sort people by a particular number of themes in a domain. Another small tweak we've done on this report, Sarah mentioned the totals at the top of the domains don't really make sense if you select no themes. And so what we've done, if you do select no themes, it just takes those totals out. There's some people who like to show a blank table, or maybe they want to show just the bottom 5 for a team. Then it's possible to do that certainly with this grid, but we've taken out the totals here just to remove any possible confusion. Now, looking at the reports and moving on to creating PDFs for the reports, we've got here the top 5 themes, and if we create a PDF for this, and you can see that the report will come out, and well, I'll just show you the file name, which is made up of the team name followed by the report name. So you can see here we've got the team name and then the report name. What we've added is the number of themes at the end of the report, because sometimes you want to print out the team grid for the top 5 and then later you want to print the report for the same team but include top 10. And so this was a suggestion from Judy, who said, why can't we put something in the file name to denote how many themes there are in that report? So that's done it for the top 5. If we now do the same report for top 10, so we select the top 10 themes here, we then say we want to create a PDF. The file name for the PDF report is showing the team name, the report name, and then T10 for the top 10 themes. So it's just a nice way of being able to identify the different variants that you may print out for the different team reports. And you can see here that if we look at the folder, you can see the 2 different options that we have in this particular folder. This is true now for all the team reports, the personal insights report, and the bring and need. It will show the number of themes at the end of the reports. What it doesn't do is if you do a batch report for the whole team for, say, personal insights or bring and need, it will leave that off because that will vary per person, and it's a global setting that is put in. Talking of PDF reports, what we've done when creating lots of PDF reports, if you notice when you show them in a PDF viewer, you will see at the top they all say Cascade at the top. Irrespective of who the report is for, it always says Cascade. So this is a suggestion from Kimberly to say, can we have it so that it gives a bit more information at the top of that? I'm now going to open up a series of reports from version 5, and we will have a look at those. And you can see not only they're in the nice colors, but we've also got their names at the top. If you're doing lots of online coaching and you want to have different people's reports on your screen, having the tabs with their names in there makes it a lot clearer and a lot easier. Let's now move on to the Cascade reports in different languages. So to get the reports in a different language, click on the Modules tab from the menu, and then you can enter a code for a particular language, click on Activate, and then that language is available for you to use the reports. We have French and Spanish available at the moment. German is coming very, very soon. We're just doing some final tweaks and final testing with that at the moment. So to change the language, go into the settings area, and at the bottom you'll see the report language. Select the language which you're after on there, and then you can have a choice of either using the theme names in English, or you can have the theme names in Spanish. Once you've chosen what you want to have, you can then click on Apply Language Settings, and then that will set up all the reports for that particular language. So if we go into the menu and we go into the Personal Insights report, we will see that this is all in Spanish with the Spanish theme names on there. Slight tweaks to this version that we have in the Bring and Need reports. Thanks to Claudia, we've just got a few typos corrected on this. And what we've also been able to add is the All 34 report. That is now in Spanish. That was previously just in English, but we now have that in Spanish and French, and it will be in German as well. Team roles, that's now multilingual, so we've included that as the multilingual package. And the team profiles, you can now see these in Spanish, French, and soon German. So we've got lots of variations now. So all the reports are multilingual except for the Theme Advantage reports. The Theme Advantage reports are just in English only, and that's where they're going to stay for the time being. And just to remind you, a few months ago we released some extra pages to this, which are down at the bottom. One is on crisis management, of how to help your clients go through and manage a crisis using their themes to their advantage, and the other one is all about VUCA, about volatility, uncertainty, complexity and ambiguity. When you really don't know what's going on, how you can make some sense of the disarray that we seem to be in the midst of at the moment. So a couple of useful reports there, which I've heard some quite good feedback from coaches on that. So if you've got any other feedback about how you're using some of these reports, it's always helpful to hear that coming back, and then see how we can encourage other coaches and make improvements for the future. So I think that pretty much wraps up the changes that we've got for this new release. I hope you're able to enjoy these new features, appreciate the new colors, and that you will really be able to enhance your coaching in whatever it brings for you. Thank you very much for your time.